One.
I'm back like I never left. I'm back like I never left. I never slept. Good morning, Amanda. How are you? I'm on my way. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Only live. It's Monday morning. Please do not start by lying to me and telling me that your Final Four bracket is complete. I feel glorious. Do not tell me your Final Four bracket is complete. Do not start lying to me this morning, Monday morning. Good Monday morning. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm out. I thought at the end of regulation that shot would drop and I would be 3 for 4. Now, there are people that have Loyola of Chicago. Sister Jean is 98. You got Sister Jean there, 98. There are some that have Loyola of Chicago in the Final Four. Some. I did not. But my bracket said, my bracket had Cincinnati there. Okay, so that's gone. My bracket has Villanova in the Final Four. I've got it. My bracket has Michigan in the Final Four. Got it. But my bracket had Duke beating Kansas. And then my bracket had Duke winning the national championship. I did. I had Duke winning it all. I'm out. Done. Finished. I will let you know tomorrow what I think, because I do not think Kansas... I think the Kansas-Duke game was the best game of the weekend. Actually matched up a 1 and 2 that really played a good game. So I'm not for sure where I'm going with this. Villanova does concern me, but what they played, Texas Tech, a number 9, what was it? I forget what it was. Villanova concerns me, but I'll let you know tomorrow if I'm going to take Kansas. I'm just still upset because I do think at the buzzer yesterday that basket was going to drop, and the overtime Duke couldn't finish. So anyhow, I'm out. Sister Jean, how many of you believe that Loyola, is that how you say it? Loyola, a Chicago campus there in Chicago, with Sister Jean 98, will advance to the national championship game? I do not. I think Michigan, as far as they go. I think Villanova plays Kansas. I have to check the bracket. I'm your host. Good morning. Now, obviously, we're going to be doing the weather forecast in a minute, okay? And because if you have been watching CNN, or watching MSNBC this morning, you would think there was a weather report. If you turned your back to the TV and you're in there fixing your protein shake or your breakfast or whatever you do, or you like to turn it on when you're in the shower, whatever, you would think there was a Cat 5 storm coming through, a hurricane. A cat, no pun intended, 5 storm named Stormy. Did you watch the 60 Minutes interview? I did watch the 60 Minutes interview. I did watch it. We'll talk about that. What I'm going to tell you in a minute, there's only one person. I'm determined there's only one person that can let us know if Stormy's telling the truth. There's only one. There's only one person that can handle this assignment, that can actually come out and tell the American people if Stormy is lying or telling the truth. I will reveal who that is soon. But let's get started this morning with a tribute to Zell Miller. Now, in 2004, my father was a delegate to the National Convention there. I think it was in Madison Square Garden in New York City. My father was a delegate for a Republican delegate for the state of Pennsylvania. And he brought back this book. I have it on the desk. You got it on the screen there in case they can't see the one. I have this book on my desk here. And it is a National Party No More, The Conscience of a Conservative Democrat. I read this book. This is from 2004. And then it was Zell Miller, the former lieutenant governor of Georgia, right? Lieutenant governor of Georgia, former governor of Georgia, former senator, appointed senator, but he did win the election. And Zell Miller was nice enough to sign this book. You have that other picture there, the inside of the book. All right. Okay. We stop fixing your hair. Do your hair and makeup on the way up the road, like, drive and do your hair and makeup. Isn't that what you do? I mean, I used to work in the city. I mean, you're talking about texting. I used to work in the city. I'd be nervous, bumper to bumper, somebody putting on their makeup. Maybe a guy, you never know.
You got me. Nothing gets past you.
Right, exactly. National Party No More, and he was nice enough to sign it. Now, I want to play a clip. Zell Miller obviously passed. There'll be a memorial service. He died, I think the announcement was Friday. There'll be a memorial service at Young Harris College at 10 o'clock this morning. At Young Harris College, there'll be a memorial service for Zell Miller at 10 o'clock this morning. And, the Hope Scholarship and the lottery, among several other things, Zell Miller was responsible for getting the lottery passed in Georgia and tying it to, at that time, that was really advanced thinking to tie a Hope Scholarship. Georgia is one of the first states in the United States to have a scholarship fund for their children, for you to try to achieve grades, to receive this scholarship fund, the Hope Scholarship. And it actually encouraged a lot of people to move here and look for jobs. I'm really serious. I'll go into a little bit, all right? When we're talking about the economy in Georgia, all right? The economy in Georgia, the Hope Scholarship did more at a time of bringing jobs to Georgia because parents wanted a way to get an opportunity to get their kids a scholarship to go to college. And that's back when they actually, had to find a way to send their kids to college, and not everybody got a B, but we'll go into that at a different time. So Zell Miller here, I want to play this clip from 2004. Then Zell Miller, Democrat from Georgia, Senator Democrat from Georgia. I want to play this clip to open up the show. And it's just kind of funny. We're in 2018, and I want you to listen to this guy from 2004, Zell Miller. Play the clip.
For us here at home, for it has been said so truthfully that it is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the agitator, who has given us the freedom to protest. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, serves beneath the flag, whose coffin is draped by the flag, who gives that protester the freedom he abuses to burn that flag. No one should dare to even think about being the commander-in-chief of this country if he doesn't believe with all his heart that our soldiers are liberators abroad and defenders of freedom at home. But don't waste your breath telling that to the leaders of my party today. In their warped way of thinking, America is the problem, not the solution. They don't believe there's any real danger in the world except that which America brings upon itself through our clumsy and misguided foreign policy. It is not their patriotism, it is their judgment that has been so sorely lacking. They claimed Carter's pacifism would lead to peace. They were wrong. They claimed Reagan's defense buildup would lead to war. They were wrong. And no pair has been more wrong, more loudly, more often than the two senators from Massachusetts, Ted Kennedy and John Kerry. Together, Kennedy Kerry have opposed the very weapons systems that won the Cold War and that are now winning the war on terror. Listing all the weapons systems that Senator Kerry tried his best to shut down sounds like an auctioneer selling off our national security. But Americans need to know the facts. The B-1 bomber that Senator Kerry opposed dropped 40% of the bombs in the first 6 months of enduring freedom. The B-2 bomber that Senator Kerry opposed delivered airstrikes against the Taliban in Afghanistan and Hussein's command post in Iraq. The F-14A Tomcats that Senator Kerry opposed shot down Gaddafi's Libyan MiGs over the Gulf of Sidra. The modernized F-14D that Senator Kerry opposed delivered missile strikes against Tora Bora. The Apache helicopter that Senator Kerry opposed took out those Republican Guard tanks in Kuwait in the Gulf War. The F-15 Eagles that Senator Kerry opposed flew cover over our nation's capital and this very city after 9/11. I could go on and on and on against the Patriot missile that shot down Saddam Hussein's Scud missiles over Israel, against the Aegis air defense cruiser, against the Strategic Defense Initiative, against the Trident missile, against. This is the man who wants to be the commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces. U.S. forces armed with what? Spitballs? Years of votes can tell you much more about a man than 20 weeks of campaign rhetoric. Campaign talk tells people who you want them to think you are. How you vote tells people who you really are deep inside. Senator Kerry has made it clear that he would use military force only if approved by the United Nations. Kerry would let Paris decide when America needs defending. I want Bush to decide. John Kerry, who says he doesn't like outsourcing, wants to outsource our national security. That's the most dangerous outsourcing of all. This politician wants to be leader of the free world. Free for how long? For more than 20 years, on every one of the great issues of freedom and security, John Kerry has been more wrong, more weak, and more wobbly than any other national figure. As a war protester, Kerry blamed our military. As a senator, he voted to weaken our military. And nothing shows that more sadly and more clearly than his vote this year to deny protective armor for our troops in harm's way, far away. George.
Good morning, folks. That is our way of showing tribute to Zell Miller, a great American, a great conservative Democrat. I know some of you at certain ages do not understand the concept of a conservative Democrat, and that is Zell Miller in 2004 giving a speech as a Democrat on the floor of the Republican National Convention there. He lists every weapon, now this is where I'm going to go before I finish my tribute to he lists every F-14, F-14D, F-15 Eagle, B-1 bomber, B-2 bomber, Apache. He lists every military piece of equipment over and over that John Kerry, then Senator from Massachusetts, John Kerry, opposed. John Kerry was wanting to be your president. Fortunately, I say facetiously, he only became Secretary of State. Really? The military buildup in this budget, you see everything they opposed, and Kerry took his opinions right in there, and they fit perfect with Barack Obama. Our tribute to don't waste your breath. Carter's passive ways wrong. They were wrong on Reagan, okay? But anyhow, Zell Miller, and I want to get back. I'm going to take a break because I want that tribute to him to stand on its own. Thank you for standing up. But listen to this line, folks, coming off the omnibus bill, and we'll talk about that on the other side of the break. We're going to talk about Stormy Daniels today. We're going to talk about the kids, the Obama kids in Washington, D.C., who signed their permission slips to go, right? And we're going to be talking about the Republicans the day after the omnibus signing, okay? When Zell Miller said, when they campaign, it's who they want you to think they are. When they campaign, that's who they want you to think they are. Timing's perfect right now for this comment from Zell Miller. How they vote tells people who they really are. Are you dealing with that today with your congressman? Or your senator? We're going to come back after these messages. Good morning, Monday morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We wanted to open up. Everybody else, Stormy Daniels, everybody else, all this other stuff. We want to hear in Georgia say, we miss you, Zell Miller, and thank God that you stood on that stage at the Republican convention and stayed true to your conservative convictions your whole entire life. I'm your host, BKP. Take us a break. We're going to come back and probably do a Stormy report. Take us out of here.
Hello, My name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas, just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let's tell folks how they can get in touch with the show. If you ever want to send us a text message about anything we're discussing on the show, you have a news tip you'd like to send, it is 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700 is our number here. And then also Chief at FetcherNews.com. Chief at FetcherNews.com. You can follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews, at FYNTV. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, FYNTV Fetcher News YouTube channel. And also find us on Facebook while they're still in existence. All right, Facebook. People are still using Facebook. Okay. I guess size matters. No, I mean like the size of the crowd. I guess the size of the crowd. Have you noticed a couple things, folks, on the March for Our Lives? And let me just put this out. We're going to discuss it in a minute. Have you noticed any controversy on any of the networks about how many attended? I'm serious. Every network had down pat. Now, you don't believe, go with the deep state. Put my picture up. Let's just put it out there. Yes, I want to get it right out there in the open at 8:25 Monday morning. I do believe there is a such thing as a deep state. And did you notice that there was no controversy this weekend from Saturday to the Sunday shows on the size of the crowd for the kids, like their Live Aid concert there in Washington, D.C. Anything? No. Remember the days of argument over the Tea Party rally size. Remember, there was 200. Now, let me just say something here, okay? Here's something I'd like to know. Remember, there was 200,000, and then the park there said, officials said it was 300. And then some said they have it mapped out that they can just lay the grid over the top of the aerial views of the crowd and know approximately what's in the areas to come up with it. And many of us feel the number was correct, around 1 million for the Tea Party march. Now, supposedly there was 500,000. Okay? Supposedly there's that. But did you notice there was no controversy whatsoever on the size of the crowd? There was no controversy. Nobody brought anything up where the crowd size was concerned. Here's another thing I'd like to know, okay? Did the escalators work in Washington, D.C.? Were they turned off? Because when we went to the Tea Party rally, go ahead, put up the, and we'll get into this later, put up the Tea Party march. I have one that says Tea Party march. Do you see that one? Okay. Now, when we were in Washington, D.C. with 1 million people, and Lisa and I and my sisters and several of us, we rode the train into D.C. and we got off the train. Remember the escalators were turned off. Remember that. They did not have really any help at all whatsoever for any of the elderly. Nothing. Remember that? I'm just wondering Saturday if they got the same reception we did. Now, there's something in that picture I want you to look at because we're going to talk about it later. I'm not getting into the Obama kids right now. But look at the American flags in that picture when Tea Party rally went to Washington, D.C. All right, take that down for now. Folks, I want to start this Monday morning asking, this is my question, what will the Republicans run on? Okay? Now, what will they run on? Stay with me, all right? We just heard Zell Miller say, what did he say? He said when they're running for office, okay, it's who they want you to think they are. That came from 2004 off the floor of the Republican National Convention in Madison Square Garden by a Democrat from Georgia, okay, that would never switch parties. He said till the day he died he was going to stay with the one that brought him to the dance. I forget the quote, but that's what he would say. He never switched parties. He never left the Democrat Party, but a national party no more. But he said they campaign on who they want you to think they are. Now, I tell you what, if I was out there and I was actually running for an office right now, these are two sentences I would steal right now. I had to put it any other way. I would steal these two sentences right now if I was running for office. I would say my opponent, the opponents that I have in this race. They're running, wanting you to know, to think there's something different. How they vote tells you who they really are. So, did your congressman in the last election promise you that they would not vote for another omnibus bill? Did they? Did your congressman say they would not? I'm just saying, just check. Did your congressman explain all the reasons why they had to vote for the omnibus bill? Did your congressman or senator in the last election explain to you that say, hey, we voted for that omnibus for Obama? Okay, remember that one? But it really did cut this and it did move us in this direction. Did you hear all of that? Well, Friday, when the president threatened a false alarm veto of this spending bill, when he signed it, to me, he caused the last nail to be driven. What will they run on? Don't say Nancy Pelosi. It's not going to work. They gave Nancy Pelosi everything she wanted. So how do Republicans go out and say, if you elect me, I will stop Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer? It kind of evaporated, didn't it? I mean, are there not quotes out there of Chuck Schumer or something saying, hey, we've gotten more in the minority than we could ever ask for. We're doing fine. Who'd they get it from? Republicans. So a Republican cannot go out and say that they are that if you elect me, we'll stop Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. Can't do that. A Republican can't go out and say, if you elect me, I will be a deficit hawk. I will stop this spending, this runaway spending. We will start turning around the national debt. We will not balloon the debt. Can't do that. If you elect me, I will ensure you that I will defund Planned Parenthood. I will stop the funding of Planned Parenthood right in its tracks. Can't do that. If you elect me, I will end Obamacare. I will end Obamacare immediately. It will be done, over with, finished. Can't do that. If you elect me, I'm going to be tough on illegal immigration. I'm going to fund the president's border wall. I'm going to take the suggestion now. Don't forget Homeland Security, John Kelly. Okay, the list is very long of the ones that say that we need border security on our southern border of this country. It's terrible. If you elect me, I will stop fentanyl or whatever it is. I will stop the opiates. I will stop the drug trafficking from Mexico. I will do everything I can to secure the border at any cost, because I am tired of seeing our kids and the drug problem and what's going on. You can't say that. I'm very serious right now. I want to know what a Republican can run on. What they can run on. I said this, okay? I said this. Let's see what happens when Republicans get the all three. They get the House, they get the Senate, and they get the executive branch. What happens? I have shows that I did time after time where I asked People, what do you think will happen if they get all three? This is our chance. Could be our last chance. Will the Republicans spend like Dennis Hastert, George W. Bush, and Senator Fisk? Was it Fisk? Was the Frisk? He was the majority leader of the Senate. Okay, is it Bill Frisk? Was it? I'm just saying off the top of my head. Dennis Hastert, which went to jail. A little bit of wrestling pedophile. I just saying. Dennis Hastert went to jail. Bill Frist and George W. Bush. And right before Hastert was Newt Gingrich, but Hastert, the Republicans spent more money. What can you come back and lead me to believe that the Republicans in control, that we are better off with them in control with runaway spending in the debt? Now, I know what you might say. Look at the regulations that have been cut. I'm behind you 100%. Okay? Look at the tax reform bill. Okay, I agree with you. Look at the tariffs. The strongest things that have happened in the past 14 months is because of Donald Trump. I've always said if Donald Trump could get up in the morning and what he has the legal right to do as the executive of this country, he does it, and it works. What can Republicans run on? I really want to know what you think they can run on. Now, will they build the border wall and build it out of funds that belong in military spending? Will they take the omnibus bill and spend the money however they want and not spend it where they don't want? Could they possibly do that? But I'm going to tell you right now, let's just say this because I want to move on, and I don't want to. I mean, I've listened to all of the talk. I read articles. Let's say this, okay? John Boehner was Speaker of the House. He put a bill together that funded everything Obama, Democrats, anybody wanted. It was fully funded, okay? And he decided he was going to go home to Ohio, and he left that bill on the desk of Paul Ryan. Speaker Paul Ryan came out as that time a fiscal conservative and told you and I, the American people, that omnibus bill was a cake that was already baked sitting on his desk. And that if we truly knew what it would be like to go back through appropriations and put a new bill together, that he promised us, the American people, that was there. But next time it'll be different. Next time it'll be different. Where's the difference, Paul Ryan? Where's the difference, Mitch McConnell? Where's the difference, Johnny Isakson? Where's the difference, Congressman Doug Collins? Where's the difference? What made you feel you needed to vote for this bill? What will Republicans run on? I'm just asking you. I want to ask that question. What do you think in this upcoming... You see, Democrats know they have a long-term plan. You see, at every turn where Republicans could have strengthened the base, at every turn where Republicans could have kept their promises, I can take a chalkboard right now and show you Obamacare didn't happen, but Democrats started the Me Too. This didn't happen, Democrats, gun control. This didn't happen, Democrats. Democrats have laid their groundwork, whether you like it or not. Okay? While the Republicans did not fulfill their promises to the American people, all right? The Democrats are setting up what they need to do. I go on websites this weekend and I'm trying to look at polling data. And what ad keeps popping up on Real Clear Politics for polling data? The NRDC, National Redistricting, National NRCDC or whatever it is, National Redistricting Committee, all right? The Democrat, the DRNC, I forget what it is. RNDC, the National Democrat Redistricting Committee, whatever it is, keeps popping up. Look at Pennsylvania. New congressional seats right there, ready to go for Democrats. Look at that. Gun violence, ready to go for Democrats. Look at that. Right? Me Too, women, Stormy Daniels, ready to go for Democrats. All ready to go. Over here, Republicans, every opportunity you have had to fulfill your commitment to your voters and the American people, you dropped the ball. What will you run on? Now, let me close with this because I want to go to another subject. We'll get back to it. I want to say something that, you know, I was down at Pickens County. What's the name of that place? Appalachian Gun and Range, or what is the name of it? The Appalachian Gun Range right there, okay? Down there in Pickens County. The Pickens County Republican Party, okay? Pickens County Republican Party held a membership drive. And they held it at the Appalachian Gun Range down there. Appalachian Gun and Pawn, right? That's what it is. Appalachian Gun and Pawn is the official name, and they have a gun range there. But they held it there Saturday, and at first I was in fear of how many politicians would be there, but then I noticed all of the people showing up, you know, had guns on their side, so I felt much more comfortable knowing that I was not unarmed around all of these politicians. You know, it's a little joke. But it was a very successful turnout Saturday. David Schaefer was there. Mike Williams, running for governor, was there. Several statewide candidates. But everybody in the room, and I'm talking 40, 50 people at a time, when you went around and talked to these people, these Republicans, they're not happy with that vote Friday on that omnibus bill. They're not happy. I'm telling you right now, I'm very comfortable they're not happy. I'm very comfortable Republicans are not happy, especially in the 9th District, with that budget and what happened. So here's what they really did, folks, that I want to lay out, is they kept moving the budget process out. When you're sitting at home and you're wondering why there has to be an emergency on a 30-day continuing spending resolution. Oh my God, the government's going to shut down. What, it shut down almost 3 times here recently, okay? But we talked to the congressmen, we talked to senators. No, we're going to pass something, you know, at midnight and government will be okay. Then they had one government shutdown to make it look good for what, 12 hours, and then they got something taken care of. What they did is continuing spending resolutions in these 30-day little chunks until they all got past the qualifying day in their state. That's exactly right, to run for re-election. We passed, you go look how many continuing spending resolutions we have passed here in the last 6 months. Because if 6 months ago they would have passed this budget, $1.3 trillion, 2,300 pages, and social spending through the roof. If 6 months ago we would have had a bill like this to where Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are smiling and saying they made out real well, and we had this many Democrats vote for something. Democrats are not nonpartisan. They don't believe in bipartisan. Democrats don't. Republicans always fall for we need to be bipartisans. No, not Democrats. They don't fall for that garbage. They get what they want or they don't vote. There's no bipartisan solution for Democrats whatsoever. And they won't stop till they get to 60 votes in the Senate like they did before. The point is if 6 months ago we'd have heard this budget, you would probably have your congressman in your area have 2-3 primary challengers. If even 6 weeks ago, okay, they'd have passed this budget, that's before qualifying, all right? The deadline is passed now. Somebody may have went down to the Atlanta Capitol or the state you're at while qualifying is still going on for primaries and primaried your congressman. It was done intentional, folks. That's my opinion. They knew all along that they would push this out till qualifying was over, and they would have no opponents. And now the Republicans have the hope strategy. Okay, they just hope you don't want a Democrat. I'm serious. I'm totally serious. They just hope you don't want a Democrat. They just hope you'll keep them. They just hope because they're the incumbent, they're okay. They're going to run on hope, okay? That's what they're going to run on. They're going to run on hope. Because every opportunity they've had, the Republicans, to fulfill a promise to the American people, they failed. And now what we got is the unconventional Republican as a president, all right? Donald Trump. That's what they're saying. But they went on hope that you will vote for them over the Democrat opponent. They're on hope at the end of the day they'll be able to make it past. And the Democrats won't get 24 new House seats and give Nancy Pelosi the gavel. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Let's take a quick break. What are Republicans running on this fall? I'd like to know. Take us out of here.
Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
It's just this simple. Nobody beats Days on price. If it's a Chevy, you'll pay less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save $4,000 off a new 2018 Chevy Malibu, or save up to $10,000 off a new 2018 Silverado Crew Cab. It doesn't matter which Chevy you choose. Nobody beats Days on price. $10,000 off Silverados and $4,000 off Malibus at Days Chevy in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We'll get to the stormy weather. Stormy, do you believe her? Did you watch the 60 Minutes interview? Stormy Daniels, do you believe her story? Does it matter to you? Do you care? Okay? Are you more interested in John Bolton as the National Security Advisor? There's Stormy, her Democrat attorney, and her new gay friend, Anderson Cooper. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, you know what? I figured, Anderson Cooper's sitting there and he's saying, oh my God, I get it now. You could be my Kathy Griffin at New Year's Eve.
She's the new Kathy Griffin. He dumped Kathy Griffin. You never see them hanging out anymore.
Right. But remember Kathy Griffin did New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper?
Yep.
She could do New Year's Eve. I mean, he was probably sitting there interviewing her and say, I get it now. You could be the new Kathy Griffin, and we could do New Year's Eve on CNN, and Anderson Cooper could be over there, and he could just well, we're only 10 minutes away, and then Stormy Daniels could jump up and down and clap and say, it's almost New Year's, it's almost New Year's. I think it could work. Anyhow, we will get to that weather report in just a minute. Get them off the screen. Now, Emma, the Obama kids. I think I might have been the first. My hope is I was the first one to call them the Obama kids. Obama, this is what came out. This is over the weekend, Sunday. Obama, there's Emma. Emma, is the reports, I've read a couple, is she claimed to be bisexual?
She has a LGBTQ community. She runs like a little club at
But
her
she's
school.
like a switch hitter, right?
Right.
Okay. So Emma's a switch hitter, you know. Never know. If there's a right-handed pitcher, she may, you know, take the ball right out of the park. Oh, I know I should have never said that. That was wrong. Anyhow, so Emma here is getting a lot of heat, poor little girl, over her jacket. Because show me the other pictures of Emma with her jacket. There's the back of it, okay? Now show me the other one with her jacket. It's Emma, not on TV with her hat, not that cool look on Face the Nation. There it is. Now, that is a Cuban flag, okay? Right there, communist Cuban flag on her jacket. There's been a lot made over the internet about her wearing that jacket with the Cuban flag on there, communist Cuban flag. Now, she came up there. In a minute, I want you to find me a picture of Cho, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? All right, we'll find it during the break, okay? So she's wearing her revolutionary garments there, you know, like a militant or Sinead O'Connor lookalike, bisexual Emma switch hitters wearing her revolutionary army jacket, okay? That's fine, okay? With the Cuban flag. Now, here's the thing I'm looking for, because there's people coming out and saying, why are we attacking her when the Cuban flag is just representing her father's heritage and that's all she was doing? But give me 2 more pictures of her in that jacket, or how many I got. There's the Cuban flag. Go ahead. All right, let's see, try another one with her in the jacket, Emma. There's Emma. I missed all over the jacket. I've looked through pictures for an American flag sewed anywhere. I mean, you might think I'm silly. I missed an American flag sewn anywhere, okay, on this jacket. But a Cuban, yes. All right, now, show the stage. Show the March for Our Lives stage. Okay? Is it up there? Folks, these kids had jumbotrons. I mean, right and left. This stage equipment's not cheap. Somebody came in, built all the headliners there, built all the graphics, set up the stage, the sound system. I mean, there was nobody said they couldn't hear. Check that stage out, okay? So, March for Our Lives, look at the stage. Now, what is missing? There's no flag, all right? There's no American flag on that stage anywhere. Nowhere, all right? Nothing. So, just a couple things here, okay? Now, do the March for Our Lives picture. It says March for Our Lives. Not the one that says stage, the one that says March for Our Lives. That's all it says. All right? It's a picture of the crowd headed down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol. Put that one up when you can find it. And then we're going to go to another one. Then we're going to go to another one. Do you have that one? There it is. Okay. All right. That's the crowd going down through there. Now, I could show you all day. Look at the light post. Now, I didn't put this picture up yet, but look at the light post. Okay. The light posts have no flags. Look down through that crowd. Try to find me one American flag. Just one. All right? Because you got to understand, according to the kids, the Obama kids, this is not about Democrat and Republican. All right? Not about Democrat and Republican. This is about, saving these kids' lives. Look through that crowd and find me a flag. You can't do it. Now, give me the Tea Party march. Show me that one. You got that? Look down through there at the flags. As far as you can see are American flags all the way down through there. Left and right. They've got flags everywhere. Now show David, is it Hogue? How's he pronounce his name, Amanda?
Hogg.
Hogg? Oh, okay, yeah, David Hogg, okay, Hogg. Yeah, that's why they said he'd gone hog wild. Show David there. So a lot is being made over his little Hitler salute there, right? A lot of being made over the Hitler salute. And then let's go for some of the pictures, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on some things here. Let's go to March for Our Lives 1 with all the March for Our Lives 1 there with all the signs. Okay, you can see the signs there have a lot of signs concerning the NRA. The only thing easier to buy in the USA than a gun is a Republican. Remember all those let's get down to business and defeat the guns. No, they don't want your guns. We are the change. That's a nice little Obama look here. Guns don't die, children do. It is scary as hell that these kids left a history class to come to this march. Go to the one that just says March for Our Lives NRA. Okay? And then you got the stage. Put that one back up just to be doing it. There's Emma and the March for Our Lives. We have absolutely no flags, anything there. Jumbo. Put NRA 2 up. I got one that says NRA 2. We can go over and over and over. All right. There's a picture. They made a AR-15. 591,260 lives lost since 1999 from gun violence. Okay. But obviously it's an AR-15 that they think is doing this. Then we have the proud teacher that says this teacher refuses to be drafted by the NRA. Change gun laws or change Congress. I mean, remember, now go to the the one I think I just have labeled NRA. And they did the handprints, right? They did the handprints, NRA. There is blood on your hands. Okay, that's a nice one, a home one there. So remember the Tea Party rally. I mean, we got in trouble for saying Obama, is unpatriotic. We got in trouble for saying Obama's the devil. I mean, they showed sign after sign. You did not see that on the morning shows, folks. That you did not. I watched all the morning shows. You did not see them take these people to task over the signs. We're going to come back and we're going to work on this and continue our discussion. But let's make something clear. This is what I told you. This goes with what the Democrats are working on, okay? Republicans work on things for right then. Democrats work on things for a long time. I've always called these the Obama kids. Just put the group up. There's the biggest picture of March for Our Lives group that you could put up there and leave it up there for a minute. Because you have to understand something. First of all, these kids in Florida, and you can't take Republican responsibility out of this. But these kids, Actually, I've got a different one I want to put up, Amanda. I want you to put up the one on. There's 4 of them, and there's 3 of them sitting at the table on Face the Nation. Okay, there you go. Those 3 there on Face the Nation, and then put up the one that has. Let's go with the picture now on Face the Nation yesterday. I thought I had it the two that were on there, but that's okay. Emma and the other one, but that's okay. We'll find that later. So the kids go on Face the Nation. Leave it there. I've always called these Obama kids, and reason for that is these kids are getting ready to vote. You got to understand, people. They knew this. They are getting ready to vote. Okay. They're approximately 9 years old when Obama is president of the United States. Now, they've had 14 months under Trump, okay? 14 months. They're probably 8 to 9 years old when Obama becomes president of the United States. They are 6, 7, and 8 years old when the economy collapses. This is this age right here, the Obama kids. All right? So, these are the kids that were 8 and 9 years old, 7, 8, and 9 years old when, mom and dad said, hey, dad lost his job and we're going to have to move. All right? These are the kids that, they may not have been effective, but mom and dad said, look, uncle and aunt so-and-so, they lost their home. Their mortgage collapsed. In this collapse, they lost their home. They got their home foreclosed on. Okay? These are the kids that grew up because there's not anybody in the United States that somehow, some way, the collapse, whether it's extended family or not, whether it's friend or whether it's directly the immediate family, there's nowhere in the United States that these kids 7, 8, or 9 years old were not affected or not aware of the economic collapse even at that age because it changed their lives. They either were told, we can't go on this kind of vacation this year, or they were either told, you can't have that cell phone we promised you when you were 10 because we got to back, we've got to cut back. These are the kids that know that. They didn't know what exactly was wrong. They're only 9 years old. They didn't know why they couldn't have the new $450 baseball bat, but they were told they have to swing the one they had last year. Can you believe that? These are the kids. Then Obama comes into office, and these kids grew up under Obama, and they're ready to vote. We're going to talk about that as soon as we come back from break. Take us a break, and we're going to continue with the Obama kids.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hut.
All right, folks, I don't want to get stuck on the Obama kids, but the reason I am is because let's start with the organizers of the March for Our Lives rally on what comes next. Let's play that video. All right. And we'll talk about the Obama kids a little more. Play that. You got
you how we created our amazing new website with Wix.
Now we know that having a great website.
We want to take a closer look at the Never Again movement. It began hours after the February 14th shooting in Parkland, Florida.
We are not here for breadcrumbs. We are here for real change. We are here to lead.
They might preach NRA, they might preach GUN, but we're preaching REV. Register, educate, vote.
But it was Emma Gonzalez's 6-minute and 20-second presentation, the exact time of the gunman's rampage, that brought the crowd to silence as she stood still, tears streaming down her face, honoring those who were lost.
Since the time that I came out here, it has been 6 minutes and 20 seconds. The shooter has ceased shooting and will soon abandon his rifle, blend in with the students as they escape, and walk free for an hour before arrest. Fight for your lives before it's someone else's job.
Today, we welcome 5 of those student activists: Jacqueline Corin, Ryan Deitch, Delaney Tarr, plus Cameron Caskey and Emma Gonzalez. Emma, what was that like watching yourself on tape there?
That was kind of weird. I mean, in the moment, it felt so good to finally say it, because of course it's really stressful the whole day. You're waiting and I was the last one, so it had just been building up and it felt so good to finally say it.
Cameron, what is the overarching policy goal here? I mean, what are you asking for here in Washington?
Well, here in Washington, we are demanding an assault weapons ban. We are demanding the prohibition of sales of high-capacity magazines. And we are demanding universal background checks, which is something you'll see from the polls. Pretty much the entire country is behind, and yet we've seen nothing of it.
Well, you did have a statement from the White House yesterday where the president said he appreciated you all celebrating your First Amendment right, and pointed that his administration banned bump stocks. They enacted the Stop School Violence Act, which authorized grants to increase school safety, and some actions to improve background check records. Do all of you consider that progress?
You know, the Stop School Violence Act doesn't even mention the word gun once. Obviously, school safety is important, but it doesn't just happen in schools, and people need to understand that. It's a public safety issue, not a school safety issue. So we need to fight the problem from the core, which is guns.
You'll notice in all these shootings, not just the ones in schools, in movie theaters, airports, churches, nightclubs, there's no specific mental health issue that you can tie to every single one. The only thing you could tie to every single one is weapons that belong in the hands of soldiers, in the hands of citizens who are untrained.
Do you think that the more than 200,000 people who came out yesterday agree with all of the points that you have been asking for here?
Well,
Delaney.
We got some news.
I mean, I do believe that even if there's some difference in opinion on some small issues, ultimately the fact is that all of these people coming to the largest march on Washington, because it is the largest march on Washington, they were there because they support the cause. They support safety, they support our lives and protecting our lives, and that's what matters. Even if there is some small issue that they don't necessarily stand with us on, they stand with us. And that's what matters.
Well, I mean, I can say from firsthand, as I said the line, "We need to arm our teachers," I heard booing from the crowd. I heard they were clearly not behind a message like that, and when I turned it around to say that they need to be armed with pens, pencils, paper, and the money they need to support themselves, you could see the crowd regain support, so there were...
You confused people a little bit on that.
I did confuse a lot of people, but the crowd was very like-minded because they all were on the same page that they just didn't want to see all these innocent children die.
Now, you all are not just rallying here in Washington, you've also been pushing in your home state of Florida. But Florida did just decide that they're going to allow training of some teachers to be armed. Some districts can opt out. Do you feel like you lost the argument back at home?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, in Florida, they passed a bill that raised the age to 21, added a 3-day waiting period. These are very small steps in the right direction. But I think you'll notice if all teachers are required to be armed, or at least several teachers per building, many teachers will quit. We have every single teacher from my school that I've spoken to said that if there was an armed teacher in their building, trained or not, they would be out of there. Arming teachers only puts kids more in danger, and it puts the teachers in more danger.
Were you surprised to see action in your home state before you saw it in Washington?
Yes, yeah, very much so, because Rick Scott is funded by the NRA.
Your governor?
And yes, our governor, and he defied it in a sense, and sued the state of Florida. So that's obviously a step in the right direction. He's running for senator, so that might have been a reason why he did it, to get the popular vote, but it's still a step.
You're cynical. You're political gaming here, huh? I mean, you're student class president, is that right?
Yeah.
When you're looking at this kind of political activism right now, are you inspired that you want to actually become politically involved after
100%.
You graduate?
100%, yeah.
You want to run for office yourself someday?
Maybe so. I mean, I wasn't really politically involved before this, but I've learned so much in a matter of a month and a half that it's intrigued me, poli-sci, yeah.
We're going to take a break in a few seconds, so we don't have much time here, and then we'll come back and finish the conversation. But quickly, can you raise your hand if you're going to be voting in November? Are you eligible to vote?
My birthday's in October, so I hit the mark.
I'm not a Russian computer, so I can't vote in the next election, but for the one vote I can't cast, we'll have thousands for us.
And do you have congressional candidates who have signed on to your agenda?
We're not endorsing any political figures.
Are they endorsing your platform?
We endorse ideas, not people.
If they choose to support us, then we absolutely, we love that. We want support, but we're not endorsing any particular candidates.
We have to take a real quick short break, but I want all of you to stay with us and all of you at home as well. We'll be right back as well.
Wonder where they're getting the "I'm not a Russian computer, so I can't vote." Wonder where they get that from. Okay, wonder where the media is to correct. I wonder where the media is to help correct. You know, like the young lady with the cool little glasses on that's not there for crumbs when she says it's the largest march on Washington because it's the largest march ever. Where's the media to help make those corrections when needed? I mean, when they're making these claims, okay? Teachers will quit. We talk to the teachers, they'll quit and walk out if we arm the teachers. It puts us and the teachers more at risk. And you will pick up. Now, David Hogg is not in this group, and he has a nice profanity-laced video that's going around the internet. But David, that you did pick up that Rick Scott is running for senator, and they think that's why he did what he did in Florida. Folks, you need to be clear on something. After the reason I wanted you to watch those kids for so long, I watched that yesterday and I said, you know, Lisa wrote this last night and sent it to me, and it's just very simple but true. We're not educating our kids, we are training them. We're not. You are spending, we can get down this road and we can go very deep. We're not educating our children, folks. We are training them, brainwashing and training them. If you can't sit here and look at these kids, where they're getting their money, where they're getting what they need, the buses. Did I see something that said the New England Patriots sent their bus to transfer these kids up to the march? The NFL? It's like the USA, Lisa wrote, it's like the USA is on trial and the mainstream media is the liberal defense team. They're the liberal defense team. It's like, I like that. It's like the U.S. is on trial and the mainstream media is the liberal defense team. I've called them Obama kids. It doesn't matter if we break down, we know, you and I know, it doesn't matter if we break down the speeches this weekend. We know they want rid of the guns, they want to take the guns. Look, let me tell you something, okay? Let's make this clear, because I continue to hear this in the Second Amendment, all right? I continue to hear this in the Second Amendment. Now, when the Constitution was written, where's my glasses here? Let me get into. A well-regulated militia, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, okay, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You see, this is a passive statement, meaning when this was written, they were not deciding, okay, to give you this right, our founding fathers. They were saying this has always been your right. This should always be your right, has been, should be, and shall continue to be your right. But a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure to the security of a free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. They keep telling you that you don't need this weapon. You have your right. They say, well, you don't need tanks. You know, there's the people that claim the Second Amendment, and they want weapons like the military, and they think they're going to rise up. If the government comes after them, they're going to be able to rise up and defend themselves. Well, that ship has sailed. That is very true. But you got to understand, when the Constitution is written, you remember, back in the old days, you know, when you showed up to go to war, you know, you brought your own gun. I mean, there was a time when the Constitution was written that they had really no more firepower than you did. I mean, I get so angry with education, but to defend ourselves, the right to create a militia, do you have the right to have a tank? I don't know. If it fires a gun, I don't know. Do you have the right to any other military equipment? I don't know. But you got to understand, the argument that's made by the liberals on the right to bear arms based on defending ourselves from the government, at this time you had weapon for weapon. If the government came after you at this time or tried to take your rights away at this time during the Constitution, they came after you and you had a pretty good militia together, you would be trading fire from a rifle against the government. So where do your rights stop as far as what weapons you legally should be able to have to defend yourself against a government runaway? I know that sounds crazy to you, but I get so tired of them trying to turn in the Second Amendment to protecting your family from somebody that's going to rob your house, okay? Or trying to shoot a deer to put meat in the freezer. I get tired of that, okay? Now, they do not. I don't want to get so deep into this because this is done every day on so many shows. But the majority of the gun violence that results in somebody being killed is handguns. It's handguns, folks. Every day, illegal handguns in the inner cities. I do not have to tell you that the biggest cities in the United States that have the top murder rates in the United States have the toughest gun laws in the United States. Now there was no mention this weekend on the stage. There was no thanking, okay, on the Jumbotron. You did not see St. Mary's County Sheriff Timothy Cameron put his picture up. You didn't see his picture on the Jumbotron. St. Mary's County, Maryland Sheriff Timothy Cameron. You didn't see his picture on the Jumbotron this weekend as a hero. Okay? Didn't see it. You did not see on the Jumbotron this weekend Blaine Gaskell. You didn't see his picture on the Jumbotron. He is the SRO, all right, that was in the school in Maryland there that killed the shooter that had a handgun that was not 21. There's no talk of that whatsoever. They keep leading you to believe that the government can help fix things, okay? He was not on the Jumbotron. Now, this young man, Kyle Kavish, right? I think that's how you say his name. I had it up here earlier. Put up Kyle's picture. I think it's Kavish. Let me see here. Keshav.
Do
right?
we have the correct pronunciation of the correct pronunciation? Do we have the correct?
Let's see.
Keshav.
Okay. Anyhow, this young man here, he wasn't invited. He's wanting to debate them. Do we have the video of him for Face the Nation? Did I send you that video of him? Okay. He calls them the cowards of Broward County. He wants to debate these. Who's the kid that created this March for Our Lives? What's his name? Caskey. He wants to debate him. All right? Because he's actually went on Face the Nation. He said, we have failed FBI. We have failed this kid. This kid was there. He was in the school. He's a survivor. And he wants to make sure it never happens again. He agrees with the kids that it should never happen again. But he wasn't invited to speak because he wants to highlight the FBI failure, all the red flags, the school's failure, every failure, the government, the system totally failed. And this kid wants to say, but yet we think the government should be the ones to solve the problem by talking about gun control? The entire system failed. It was never brought up this weekend. All right? Folks, we could talk about this all day, but the reality is Obama ponders creating 1 million young Barack Obamas, okay? Former President Obama said on Sunday, all right, that he would like to create 1 million young, take him off there, put the kids back up, 1 million young Barack Obamas to run the next stage in the relay race that is human progress, the Washington Examiner reported. Obama reportedly made the comments at a conference in Japan while discussing the Obama Foundation's work to help young people around the world get connected using the internet. If I could do that effectively, then I would create 100 or 1,000 or 1 million young Barack Obamas and Michelle Obamas, our next group of people who could take the baton in the rally race that is the human progress. Folks, you are not educating the children. Don't get me wrong. I got teachers out there probably so angry. You are not paying millions and millions of tax dollars to educate our children today. We are training them, period. There's no way that you're going to sit here and tell me that we are doing a good job when our children are marching to lose their rights. Oh, by the way, David, for your concern that clear backpacks are a violation of your constitutional rights, that's what I think David Hogg said, clear backpacks is a violation of your constitutional rights. Try a college football game on Saturday to take a bag in there, and you've got to go and get a special bag that's clear so they can see through the bag. All right? And I don't think that was created by a school shooting, that security measure. All right? It's just the world we're living in. Teachers will resign. I don't believe it. We're going to take a break. These Obama kids, I've called them Obama kids from day one. We're going to take a break, come back, see if Amanda has anything she wants to talk about, but I do not want to leave without stormy news and also talk about Trump's investigation, the whole Russian thing. Where are we at? Take us to break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99
I've had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart.
It's just this simple. Nobody beats Days on price. If it's a Chevy, you'll pay less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save $4,000 off a new 2018 Chevy Malibu, or save up to $10,000 off a new 2018 Silverado Crew Cab. It doesn't matter which Chevy you choose. Nobody beats Days on price. $10,000 off Silverados and $4,000 off Malibus at Days Chevy in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Okay, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. My internet went out, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. Are you good over there? All right. I think the router needs reset, so I'll just have to wing it here for a minute. I told you, what did I tell you? That there was only one person that can truly identify. You got a picture? You got it? There's only one person that can watch the Stormy Daniels interview. That's it. Only one. Wait for it. And actually come to the American people and be able to say that woman is lying or telling the truth. There's only one in the entire United States. I cannot hold this back from the people any longer. I told them at 8 o'clock this morning. And who is the only person that can actually tell the American people if Stormy Daniels is telling the truth or not? Who? I got a feeling. Who is it? Reveal it. That's my man there, Bill. Bill's the only one, man. Bill's the only one that can say. Bill Clinton is the only one that can identify whether Stormy Daniels is lying. Now put up a picture of Trump and Stormy. You got that one? There you go. Now put up the picture of Bill and his porn stars. And yeah, Bill's the only one, folks. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, Bill's the only one. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I never touched her. Well, you mean they're calling me in for what? I haven't been with no porn stars. Trump. Stormy. Well, Lord, I know Stormy. She is dancing the Coconut Club over in Vegas last time I was there. I remember Stormy. What's she claiming? Stormy claiming Trump did what? Won a good smack with a magazine right on the rump. Lord, I didn't think Stormy is still doing that kind of stuff. But you know what? If you want me to watch that interview and tell you what I think, I'll be glad to. Because I'm your president, Bill Clinton. Oh my God. So we've had to hear, I want to know what magazine. Did he like Fortune? I mean, did he like put Trump and Stormy up? Wonder if Trump like Fortune magazine.
It was a magazine with his face on it.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Smack my ass. I mean, I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. You understand? I want that clear. I just said, whoo, hush my mouth. You know, ain't nothing worse than a porn star, that can't keep their mouth shut. Okay, so supposedly she has signed 3 pieces of paper, 3 documents that I understand, that says that Trump did not do anything, all right? And she has signed 3 documents that said Trump, didn't do anything. You know why they had to get Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton, Hillary knows about those bimbo eruptions. Donald, I'm telling you, nothing worse than them bimbo eruptions. They just start coming out. Donald, you should never put those women up there on stage with you and said that I raped them. This may not have happened, Donald. You got to understand, it's a porn star for a porn star. You went out there and accused me of all kinds of stuff on the campaign trail. Knowing good and well Hillary already knows everything. But no, you had to do it. Now, you got your porn star problem. 10 days before an election, Michael Cohen had she took the 130,000 folks, okay? Trump liked a good spanking. Mueller is now asking questions about payoffs to other women. It's not true. There's no news media that actually is being told that Mueller is questioning about payoffs to women, okay? And 3 times she signed that nothing happened. Now, I'll tell you the part that I think she's truly lying, and I mean truly lying, when she said she got out of the car, all right? And someone, not Michael Cohen, the attorney, but someone approached her and told her she needed to leave Donald Trump alone. This is out in Vegas, and she's going to her exercise class, and she's got her baby daughter with her, and the baby daughter's in the car seat in the back of the car. And this is back when she was going to sell her story to a magazine. And somebody showed up when she was getting out of the car and said, "You better leave Donald Trump alone." or something. You know, you better not bother him anymore. You better not do anything. And then supposedly looked in the back of the car at the kid and said, "Oh, that's a cute kid. I'd hate to see something happen to its mother." All right. And then she does not know who it is, but she could identify them if she ever sees them again. Well, let's get the lineup. Let's get all the pictures, okay? Put her in a lineup. All right. She knew 100%. And then she went into her exercise class so nervous, she almost so afraid and scared, she almost dropped her daughter. Okay? Anderson Cooper said, "Did you call the police?" No. Why not? Why don't you call the police? Bimbo eruption, a Cat 5 storm, and that's pretty much it. I don't see any news in there. Is this an important story to you, Amanda?
To the Stormy?
Yeah.
No.
No?
It's just feeding what she wants.
Okay, do you have anything this morning before I move on to something else? Because I don't want to bypass if you have something you want to bring up.
I have a couple of things just real quick. And I'll fade over here. So I did a little research for you, and the March for Our Lives GoFundMe is up to, as of like 10 minutes ago, it actually keeps raising every hour, is up to $3,484,518 right now.
That's a GoFundMe page for them?
Yep. And this is what Cameron Caskey started. Okay, so
they have a GoFundMe page and it's up to 3 million something?
Yep. Almost 4. So I've got the big major funders for March for Our Lives. And I was actually very, very, very surprised. Of course, Moms Demand Action was a big contributor, but it doesn't disclose how many. There's 4 biggest funders of this movement is the Episcopal Diocese of Washington. They've been housing and feeding all of the marchers in Washington and funding the movement. George and Amal Clooney pledged $500,000, along with Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, and Kate Capshaw. Gucci, the Italian clothing line, they donated $500,000. Salesforce, and I actually used to love Salesforce. Mark Benioff pledged $1 million, and so did the billionaire. Actually, it's Eli Broad too. The march itself raised more than $3 million online from the GoFundMe campaign, but the rest of it is not mentioned in their funding. So they have the $3 million GoFundMe money and plus all this other money that I just mentioned.
March for Our Lives will turn into a political action committee.
Yeah.
A PAC. Watch and see if it doesn't turn into a PAC. They're probably drawing it up now, if not. Well, thank you very much. I mean, I don't know, do you agree that we're training children, not educating children?
We are. But I do have some bad news for David Hogg. NRA, its memberships, and Google Spotlight, I guess, has just amplified since the whole Parkland shooting. And the numbers are higher than an all-time record than they've ever been before.
Okay. Folks, Vladimir Lenin, okay, better known as Lenin, was a Russian communist revolutionary, politician, and political theorist. He served as the head of the Soviet Union from 1917 to 1924, and of the Soviet Union from 1922 to 1924. The Soviet Russia, and then the Soviet Union. All right. He said, a lie told often enough becomes the truth. Okay? A lie told often enough becomes the truth. A man with a gun can control 100 without one. Right? A man with a gun can control 100 without one. So you take the gun. Give me 4 years to teach the children, and the seed I have sown will never be uprooted. Okay? The best way to destroy a capitalist system is to debunk the currency. Let me see here. Without a revolutionary theory, there cannot be a revolutionary movement. One more thing here. Well, there's several of the quotes I've been looking at this morning, but a one man with a gun can control 100 without one, and give me 4 years to teach children, and the seed I have sown will never be uprooted. Folks, you did that. You did that in your 4-year colleges. You did that in your 4-year high schools. You did that. You have moved that all the way down to your grade schools, and you're cheering for it on a daily basis. And the money keeps pouring into your schools by the millions and millions of taxpayers' money. And they're controlling your children, and they're putting seed into them that is going to be almost impossible to turn around. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I don't believe anything on the Stormy Daniels front as far as it's any kind of problem. The President of the United States is not having a problem. But I want to leave you. This is how Bill Clinton felt, okay? And I think we might have some time to come back and close the show. But Peter Jennings, I found this little jewel. Remember Kenneth Starr? All right? Now, we're talking about the morality of Donald Trump. All we keep hearing in the media is the morality of Donald Trump, where we are in this country as far as our ethics are concerned, and how, remember, Eric Erickson wouldn't let his kids, his daughters around Donald Trump. Play the Bill Clinton, Peter Jennings interview. You're going to want to stay for this one.
As I think you may know, did this for C-SPAN. And they were all across the political spectrum, and they came out in general terms that you were 21st. And on public persuasion and economic management, they gave you a 5th. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
They gave you a 41st on moral authority.
They're wrong about that.
After Nixon.
They're wrong about that. You know why they're wrong about it? They're wrong about it.
Why, sir?
Because we had $100 million spent against us and all these inspections. One person in my administration was convicted of doing something that violated his job responsibilities while we were in the White House. 29 in the Reagan-Bush years. I bet those historians didn't even know that. They have no idea what I was subject to. And what a lot of people supported. No other president ever had to endure someone like Ken Starr indicting innocent people because they wouldn't lie in a systematic way. No one ever had to try to save people from ethnic cleansing in the Balkans and the people in Haiti from a military dictator who was murdering them and all the other problems I dealt with, while every day an entire apparatus was devoted to destroying him. And still not any example of where I ever disgraced this country publicly. I made a terrible personal mistake, but I paid for it many times over. And in spite of it all, you don't have any example where I ever lied to the American people about my job, whether I ever let the American people down, And I had more support from the world and world leaders and people around the world when I quit than when I started. And I will go to my grave being at peace about it. And I don't really care what they think.
Oh, yes, you do.
They
sir.
have no idea.
Excuse me, Mr. President. You care. I can feel it across the room.
No,
you
I
feel
care.
it very
I
deeply.
care. You don't want to go here, Peter. You don't want to go here. Not after what you people did. And the way your network, what you did with Kenneth Starr. The way your people repeated every little sleazy thing he leaked. No one has any idea what that's like. That's where I failed. You want to know where I failed? I really let it. It hurt me. I thought I lived in a country where people believed in the Constitution, the rule of law, freedom of speech. You never had to live in a time when people you knew and cared about were being indicted, carted off to jail, bankrupted, ruined, because they were Democrats and because they would not lie. So I think we showed a lot of moral fiber to stand up to that. To stand up to these constant investigations, to this constant bodyguard of lies, this avalanche that was thrown at all of us. And yes, I failed once, and I sure paid for it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the American people. I'm sorry for the embarrassment they performed. But they ought to think about the way the rest of the world reacted to it.
Don't go there, Peter. Don't go there. You don't want to go there, Peter. No, no, no. You don't want to go there. Not after what you did, Peter. 21st, 5th, 41st. They have you down as 41st on moral authority even after Nixon. After Nixon. Well, if you had $100 million spent against them, there was $100 million spent against them to investigate them. No idea you have no idea, Peter Jennings, what I was subject to. No idea. You did not know what it was like with Kenneth Starr. Indicting innocent people because they wouldn't lie. Entire apparatus was trying to destroy them. Everybody. Now this was Bill Clinton's claim. And you think, but you look, okay? Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. I don't care what people think. Oh, Peter, oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You don't want to go there, Peter. Not after what you did, your people did, leaking out things from Kenneth Starr because they were Democrats and would not lie. Interesting. 41st on moral authority after Nixon. Interesting. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Only live online morning show. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and we're going to do some, let's see what we have here. Oh, tariffs. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. We'll talk about tariffs tomorrow. The economy is looking really good. It has been many years that we have seen these kind of numbers. The underlying strength of companies has perhaps never been better. And then an hour ago, so much fake news, never been more venomous or more inaccurate. But through it all, our country is doing great. So President of the United States up and tweeting this morning, don't worry about tariffs, folks. We are going to have to endure the pain. They're already the Chinese. The world is wanting to make deals now with Donald J. Trump wanting to make deals now. Let's make sure we remind people of the cowards of the county. Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel. Let's put that up. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, they're being called the cowards of the county. Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel, if you can find that one. And then right behind there, the SRO officer Scott Peterson, if you can find that one before we close. And And let me close with this thought. Put up the Tea Party march. All right? So for the young kid with the funny glasses that, said that the largest march ever because they were told it was the largest march ever, folks, there was 1 million people there that day, and we had flags everywhere, and we had our constitutions, our flags, and we were holding our elected officials accountable. I'm your host. It's 10 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow. What will Republicans run on? I have no idea what they're going to run on in the midterms. I think they're going to run on hope. Hope you will send them back because they did not fulfill anything they promised. Take us out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m.